Right, ladies and gentlemen, in front of you have the VCI380 from Vestax. Fully functional, working, quite a nice piece of kit here. Comes with Serato itch, and you can also use this as an external mixer as well. So you can plug in your vinyl turntables or your CDJs. One thing I will say, Vestax have always prided themselves on build quality, and no exception here. It's a very, very sturdy controller, metal chassis. Just, you know, you sort of pick it up. You got a bit of quality there. It's not flimsy, it's not plasticky in any way. One of the first features I noticed about this that I do like is you can set the jog wheel for however tight or smooth you want it. So if you are the likes of a scratch turntablist, you can set this quite loose to get some good loops going on. But you can also adjust this so as you move the platter, there's, you know, there's more, how can I put it? There's more or less play. If you want a lot of play, set it loosely. If you want less, then you can turn this and tighten it up. So if I just turn the center like so, there. This means you've probably got more control over the music. Unlike, let's say, if you're a scratch turntablist, you want to go mad and eccentric, you can really give it a good spin. Now that is a very nice feature. Let's have a close up. As you can see as well, the platters are very, very well made. Looking at the front of the VCI380, we have a few dials. We have the touch sensor adjust for your left and right turntable. Also crossfade curve and upfader curve as well. So great here, again, if you are a scratch turntablist or a mixing DJ. Normally scratch turntablists will set the crossfade curve to that little icon there, or if you're a mixing DJ, you'll set it to the one where it's almost, the two lines are crossing over each other. Also the upfader curve as well, which is another great feature, not normally seen on the likes of controllers like this. Volume controls here for your cue master, level control here for your headphones, and also again, a feature that virtually everyone's doing now, they're all cottoning it onto it, and that is a mini jack and 1/4 inch jack input for your headphones. So of course, if you've only got a small input, the mini jack, a way to go, you're a way to go there. But also what I do like about this feature is, let's say you want to teach people how to DJ, well of course 2 people can listen at the same time. So that is a nice feature, and I think all manufacturers should do that now on all controllers and all mixers as well. We'll just have a quick overview and then I'll show you some more of the features of the VCI380. Okay, one good feature here is we can, what's called scroll jog. So below the scroll dial, if I turn that, you can scroll through the tracks. But also below there, there's a small button. If we press that, and then using one of the platters, we can then scroll through the tracks. So what I'll do, I'll pause the camera in a second, you'll have a look at the screen, but what's happening is we're now scrolling through the tracks on the software. Most DJs nowadays demand effects readily available, on hand, straight away, press and away you go. So what the VCI380 has is your effects select dial right next to each of the platters. You can engage the effects by the on-off button. Also a dial there to select your effects, and then another dial for the depth of the effect. Also, while you're moving the dial, you can see the amount of effect you're getting on the software from 0 up to 100%. they're very, very sensitive. It doesn't sound as though I'm trying to catch the music. The music is there at that point. On a lot of sort of cheaper controllers, you tend to be trying to catch the beat. You're moving around with the beat. Here, there it is. And anyone with a keen eye will notice I haven't all of a sudden come to this point, I'm still there at that point. So that's a very good feature, exactly like a vinyl turntable. Right, I'll tell you what, Vestax top marks here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pads here. These can be used in quite a few ways. One of them, though, which I do like, is cue points. You can set 8 cue points. So, give you a demonstration. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4. And we'll do another 4. Also, if you look at the software, the cue points are color-coded as well. So if we have a closer look now at the software, what we'll look at is this line, because that's where the cue point's going to be when I hit it. So 8 cue points, very good. It's a really good way of chopping up tracks. You know, you don't have to use cue points on one track. While one, let's say for example, you've got a track playing on this side, you could be setting up cue points on the other side, not just from one track, from 3 or 4. So it's a good way of having a pretty good mashup in the mix by maybe utilising 4 cue points on one track, 2 cue points on another, and 2 cue points on another. So you've got 3 tracks, you can really have a good mess around. So great feature. And again, like with most of the controllers now, you've got a shift button. So by keeping your finger on the shift button and then pressing the pads again, what you're doing is you're getting rid of the original cue points, which means then you can set new cue points. But of course, at any time, if you don't like one of the cue points, all you've got to do is press shift, press that pad that you don't like, and then just set another cue point. There you go. So very simple, quick to set the cue points or get rid of them. Okay, another good feature of these pads is we can form some auto loops. So again, 8 pads from top left to bottom right. Top left, we can have a very short loop. Bottom right, we get a long loop. So we'll start off with bottom right, press that, and we can see now that pad is highlighted in green. If we have a look at the software, that's formed quite a long loop. You get to the end of it, it goes back to the beginning. So if we then start going from bottom right across to the left and then to the top right and across to the left, we'll decrease the loop by 50% each time. So that now has decreased that loop by 50%. So what I'll do, I'll press the next pad and you'll see that shorter again and again and again. So very simple. To get the loop, press that particular pad. To get out of the loop, press it again. Also what you can do is we have this area here. It's like a touch sensitive pad. So for example, if I press there, so if we have a look at the software, press a different pad there, press the pad again to come out of the loop. Right, after playing with this for about half an hour, one of the features I do like is the roll feature. Now again, we can use these 8 pads. A lot of people who form loops find it difficult when they start the loop and finish it, to maybe, as they finish the loop, keep it in time. Okay, admittedly, the loop will stay in time, but more so in time with bars and phrases. Now, using the roll feature, you don't have to worry about that, because what happens when you press one of these pads, the underlying track will carry on playing. So no matter how much you mess around with the pads, the tune will keep in time. I'll give you an example. There you go, so you can have some good fun there, cutting the tune up, but you don't have to worry at all about the track being out of time. On both sides we have vinyl, or what's normally known as jog mode. At the moment I've disengaged the vinyl mode, now we're on jog mode. It means that if I touch and move the platter, what I'll be doing is just increasing or decreasing the speed of the track. By increasing, we need to move the platter clockwise, and decrease anti-clockwise. Press the button that says vinyl. You'll find that on the left hand deck around about the 11:30 position, and on the right hand deck around about the 12:30 position. So now we're in vinyl mode. Of course, vinyl mode is a must for any scratch turntablist DJ. Right, I'll show you the back of the VCI380 very shortly, but the centre area is our mixer area. We have trim, we have high, also known as top, mid and low, also known as bass. Now you'll notice we've got two switches here with PC and then mixer. What that tells us is what we can do is we can use this as a conventional mixer as well. All you need to do is switch those down to mixer. I'll show you the back of the VCI380 very shortly and show you how to set up, let's say for example, if you want to plug in vinyl turntables or your CDJs. Okay, platter on the left hand side, around about the 11 o'clock position, we have this button here with range above it. That's to set the range of pitch, so you can go anything from plus or minus 8, 16 or 50. Okay, what you're looking at now is the back of the VCI380, and I'll give you a rough idea of what's going on here. You've got two microphone inputs, mic 1, mic 2, you've also got your level. Microphone 2 is 1/4 inch jack, microphone 1 is XLR. We have volume, well, here we've got, they're known as level, but they are basically volume controls for your mics. We've got pre-trim. These buttons here are for phono or line. So like I said earlier, you can use this mixer for an external mixer. You'll notice here this switch will go from phono to line. So we have input B and input A. So what that means is that these inputs you can plug in either a vinyl turntable or a CDJ, but you need to make sure that switch is set accordingly to if you are using a CDJ or a vinyl turntable. That's really important because you may not get any sound out at all, and it could be something very simple as you haven't switched that to the correct setting. So again, we have another pre-trim. We have input A and input B for your CDJ or vinyl turntable. Ground, very important. It's short GND, which is short for ground. On most vinyl turntables, you'll have those very thin wires with like a little hook at the end. It's vitally important you attach that to the GND ground. That'll stop a lot of humming noise coming through your speakers. Level volume here, booth out, so great for monitoring purposes. Again, if you're going to be using this professionally on the road, I highly recommend you use these master out, balanced master outputs. Your input there for the power, which is 7.5 volts. The VCI380 comes with its own power supply. Power on and off. USB into your PC or your Mac, and that little hole there is if you're not happy about where you leave it, you can lock your VCI380 safe as houses. So there you go. Bit of a demo there on the VCI380 from Vestax. A very nice unit, very well built, well constructed, very nice layout. If you want any more info on this, don't hesitate, give getinthemix.com a call. Alternatively, look in the description of this video. You should see a hyperlink that will take you directly to the getinthemix.com website, where you'll get more information on the VCI380 from Vestax. Thanks a lot, practice and enjoy.